Anything is possible. It started with a dream. Our passion made a difference and built a family.
Good morning, how are we today? Hope you're all well. I'm trying something a bit different. Again today on Technology Tuesday. We're going to make a fun fold card today. Now, alright, we're going to use To a Wild Rose. Good morning, Wendy, how are you? And it's going to be a bit of a fun fold card, so it's easy to do and I think you'll enjoy it. Don't forget we've got bonus days at the moment, and it's not that great, Wendy. We've got bonus days at the moment, and yeah, if you spend $90 you get a $9 coupon to redeem in August. Good morning, Karen. And if you'd like to join my team, I'd love you to join. You get an extra $45 in your kit at the moment and a coupon to redeem by the end of October. So that's about all the news I've got today. Good morning, Gail. Thank you both for sharing, Gail and Karen. Good morning, Kay. How are you? Kay, has your Facebook page been hacked? I got a message, a strange message from you the other night, which I ignored. All right, so anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around. You didn't send me a message, you must have been hacked. Good morning, Tanya Smith. How are you? Thanks for joining me, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Libby Dyson. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. And if you're not already a demonstrator, or if you're a shopper, I'd love you to shop with me. Good morning, Rails. How are you today? Anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around and show you something that I've shared on my blog today. And then we'll get stamping. All right, won't be a minute. All right, so this is the card that's on my blog today. And, oh, I've got shadow there. That's better, isn't it? There we go, I've got shadow. And I made this little bag to go with it. And I've used the scalloped, very vanilla scallop trim, just to close the handle. I used the oval framelit dies to make the handle, so it's a cute little bag. It'll fit quite a lot in it. And I used this card using, Delightful Daisy. And I have, thanks Karen, I've stamped it in Versamark and then gold embossed it. I'll bring it up a bit closer to see if you can see that. So stamped in Versamark, gold embossed it on crumb cake, and then I've used the white Stampin' Chalk marker and coloured the petals in. And all you do if you get it on the gold is to wipe it off with a tissue or paper towel, and then I just coloured the centre with Stampin' Blend because I've run out of Clear Wink Stella. How did that happen? Should have arrived yesterday, but it didn't. Anyway, so that's my card using the Mosaic Mood DSP and a little bag to match. So that's on my blog today, and I've got more coming up this week, so make sure you check them out. Now, I already talked to you about bonus days, didn't I? So, this is the card we're going to make today, which is a fun fold. It's a really easy fun fold, and it's using To a Wild Rose. I'm just checking to see if you're coming up on my... So, really easy peasy. Open it up. There's the inside of your card. You can't see that, can you? All right, and it has an envelope to match, and I stamped on the back as well. So that's what we're making today. Good morning, Susan. How are you? And I got this idea from Angie Judah. Chicken Scratch, I think it is. So it's not my original idea, it's hers. And this is a copy of her card, but we're going to make it in different colours today. So we're using the To a Wild Rose bundle. It is a distinctive stamp set, so you might have a few issues stamping with it, but I've got some tips for you. Comes with these beautiful dies, and we're only using the leaf and the large flower die today, which I've already done. So that's the stamp set. Running out of spaces here because I've got so much technology going. All right, now you'll be impressed. I've got all my pieces cut. Look, I've even got thanks, Susan. 7 p.m. in Washington State. Okay. Is it warm there, Susan? Quite a beautiful day today here. We thought you'd think it was spring. All right, so I've already done the envelope, so we can put that to one side. And I've already stamped the flower and the leaves and die cut them out. Now I want to talk to you about this. All right, so it's a distinctive stamp set. Oh, sorry about that. And the flower actually comes in 3 bits, like my little black bits here. I'll talk to you about that. All right, so with a distinctive stamp set, sometimes it doesn't stamp cleanly. Your ink pad might be a bit too juicy. So what you need to do is, and I'll use Rococo Rose to demonstrate. Good morning, Julie. High 75s. Okay, so we're at about 15 Celsius here, so that's about 60 degrees here in Bonnells Bay. All right, now you can use a spoon or a bone folder for this trick. So what you're going to do is, if your image is really inky and sort of blotchy, just use your bone folder and scrape the ink to either side. Stamp in the middle and then just close your ink pad up, and the ink will just redistribute itself. You can always scoop it back into the middle if you want to, and then just clean your bone folder with a paper towel or a wet wipe or something. You can see mine's very loved. It's been through the dishwasher and all sorts of things, and it still looks dirty, but it's clean dirt. All right, so that's tip number 1 with distinctive stamps. If you find when you stamp it, it's too juicy, use your bone folder or a spoon and move your ink either side of your pad or up and down like that, and then stamp in the middle. All right, so that's your first tip. I'll leave that open because we're going to use that in a minute. Now with this stamp set, it actually comes with 3 flowers. So here's the other one. And you'll notice that I've put little marks with a Sharpie on my 3 flowers. Now I layered the first one up, and then all I did was I simply layered these next ones on top, upside down, so I could see that they fitted, put a Sharpie mark on it and did the same with the other ones. So then you know you can line them up properly, because this one's a bit difficult to line up. We're not actually using this stamp today. I've just, for the purposes of this card, used this stamp and this stamp, and I've used this stamp and this stamp. So the 2 leaf stamps and these 2 flower stamps. All right, and we're also going to use the sentiment, and it's all right, I've done something wrong and it's not closing properly. We're going to use the sentiment, and yeah, so that's why I've got black marks on my flowers. I don't have them on my leaves because they line up. So there's a couple of good tips to go with that stamp set. Now, while I've got Rococo Rose open, I'm going to stamp just Grateful. It's got and Grateful, but I just want the Grateful. So I just come in and turn my ink pad around and line the G up on the end of the ink pad, so you should be able to see that. And then I'm just going to come in and I won't stamp it on that side, it's got a divot in it from where I saved my cardstock. Alright, so I'm just going to stamp it down here, and then I've just got the word Grateful there. Not stamped very straight though, is it? Might try again, see if I can get it straighter. Alright, so again, just line it up on the end of the ink pad, and just don't want to get my head in the way, but it might have to be. Let's see what that's like. Much better. All right, so now, so that's stamped. Now also I've got a piece of soft sea foam in which is 14.9 by 10.5 wide, and I'm going to pop on a piece of Whisper White, which is 14.4 by 10.5 wide. Sorry, that's me slurping my coffee. And I've put it through with the Subtle 3D folder. Oh, I've lost you. All right, so I've put it through with the Subtle 3D folder. And good morning, Chris Stokes. How are you today? So I've already done that. All right, so I'm just going to add that with some liquid glue. Got so much light going on here, I can hardly see what I'm doing. So anyone else getting some crafting time today? So on my blog this week I'm celebrating DSP. That's my product of the week this week. Alright, now I also have a piece of soft suede here, and I'll have these all on my blog when I put it up, probably Saturday. All right, so this piece is 11.4 by 4.4 centimeters, and it's scored at 1.3 centimeters. So I'll put metric and imperial measurements up when I do it, but I'll just give you the metric today. I'm off to patchwork tomorrow. I haven't been to patchwork for years, so I've got to after I finish this, I've got to go and find my patchwork. So just add some glue to that end there. Thanks for sharing, Julie. And we're just going to pop that. Whoops, wrong side down. Yep, and I put this down first, didn't I? And I shouldn't have, because it goes over the whisper white. Yeah, I think I can get that in there. Alright, so it goes onto the under the whisper white. So don't stick your whisper white down like I did. And we're just going to stick it there. Bend it over. Perfect. Alright, so that's that bit. Then we've got 2 more bits of whisper white, which are 11.6 centimeters long by 11 centimeters long by 6 centimeters wide, and they're going to be in here. And we've got 2 pieces of soft sea foam, which are 11.5 centimeters long by 6.5 centimeters wide. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and layer 2 of these up for the front. So just use your liquid glue again. I'm all sticky now. Anybody managed to get trimmer blades last week? I managed to get 3 sets, which was great, can I tell you? Because I'm about out. And I have it, I'm putting off buying another trimmer, hoping Stampin' Up will bring a new one out sooner rather than later. I just had some glue on there and I've taken it off with my adhesive remover. I sell these if anybody wants them. $5 plus $2 postage, so $7 if anyone wants one. I think there's 7, maybe, yeah. Anyway, if you want one, message me. Alright, and then I'm just going to put some glue on the left hand side of that, just like that, and pop it down so that it lines up with the edge of the green tab piece and it's nice and straight. Alright, so then I need to come in with this, and we're going to stamp on it before we layer it up on the other piece of card. And I've got my Rococo Rose, and I've got the sentiment says true friendship is one of God's greatest gifts, and I'm just going to ink that up and stamp down in Rococo Rose. Thanks everybody who's shared. Now don't forget to like my Facebook page so you see when I go live. And if you haven't got a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. No, that's not straight. I just realised. That'll do. Alright, and yeah, I'd love to be a demonstrator or think about joining. Joining's great because you... What did I do those? Just have to check my other card. Yes. Alright, so I'm just doing the layered out the veins of the leaves. Right. Now with the flower too, I meant to say, I found stamping off with the second image was the way to go. So there's another tip. Full of tips I am today. If I had all the money that I gave away in tips, I'd be rich. Alright, so that was Old Olive. I stamped that in. And I'm just going to glue that on. Put that on here. Alright. Now it's got to go in here so that it's hidden. So you've got like a hidden card. So it'll go about there. Alright, so I'm going to lift the flap, turn it over where I had it, and add some glue. Now, the other good thing about using liquid glue is that it gives you wriggle room. Now, don't put the glue too close to the edge because you may need to wriggle this over a bit. So, line it up like that on the piece you had earlier. So, lined it up back to back, right? And close it down. Now I can see just the tiny edge there, and the rest is pretty good. There we go. So that's how you do that bit. Easy peasy. Alright, now what else do we need? Oh, we need a sentiment. Sentiment, which I've already done. I might just need some more coffee. Yes, so I'm going to get back into my patchwork, which my twins, who are now, oh, this will age me, 34, they will really like me getting back into my patchwork because I've had quilts on the go for them since before they were 21. Oh, how bad is that? All right. Just grab my tape tool. And some, I've put them somewhere safe. Here we are, dimensionals. So I'm putting some mini dimensionals on the back of the sentiment because I don't want it to stick up too high. I'll show you the other one in a minute so you can see what I mean. Oh, thanks, Susan. And on the back of the rose and the leaves I need some dimensionals. Yep, every bit of card has two sides, doesn't it? Don't waste any card. Now I tend to put a fair few dimensionals on the flower, mainly because I don't want it to sink. This one's picked up the backing of a mini dimensional. Yeah, I don't want the flower to sink. You can mail this card, but if you're thinking it's a bit too lumpy bumpy, give it to a friend. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. With a little bag of goodies of some sort. That one didn't go on quite right, did it? There we go. So when I put it on my blog on Saturday, I will make sure I put the imperial and metric measurements on for you, so that if you want to remake it and you don't live in Australia, or you don't live where they have metric. Having all sorts of trouble. I broke a fingernail on soft seafoam ink pad this morning. Not happy. Oh. That was before I had coffee though. Alright, so I've started making what's called boomerang bags for the community centre where I volunteer, and they're sure to be a hit. They're made out of recycled material like fabric, and yeah, people can get them to take their groceries home in. So that's another bit that doesn't end up in landfill. So that's got to be good. Put this one up here, I think. So just tuck that under the flower. The stem, I mean. Tuck the stem under the flower. And if you've placed your dimensionals properly, they won't impede the opening of the card. And this is such an easy card to make. Alright, one down here, and just the sentiment, and then we'll add some rhinestones. Sometimes you think you've grabbed the backing off the dimensionals and you haven't, you've grabbed air. Alright, so I might change this and put it up here this time. Grateful. Here we go. And you can buy all these products in my online store. And just add some rhinestones. Put this one here. Another one here. Another one here. So that's our card. Hello Elaine, how are you today? So I gave you some tips to use distinctive stamps, and we used Tour Wild Rose and Wild Rose dies today. We've used Soft Sea Foam, Rococo Rose and Pear Pizzazz, and we've used the Subtles 3D folder and some rhinestones, and it's an easy card to make, which is a bit of a fun fold, but it's a really easy fun fold. Now before you go, I'm going to do a prize draw. I am hopeless at these prize draws. Hang on a tick while I get a bin. Right, got a bin. Now, if you've commented or shared today, I'm going to put your name in this. I'll just cut up. All right, are you back? Hello, Cindy. Hello, Leslie. All right, I think you're back. Yes? All right, so I've cut up some bits. If you've commented today, you get one. So Cindy, if you've shared, you get two, and said you shared, you get two. So Cindy, Gail, Rails, Jenny, Elaine, Susan, Julie V's shared, yeah. Chris, Julie V's commented, Karen, and Karen shared, so she gets another one. Make sure I've got you down So I'm mentioning your name as I go. I think that's it. Is that everybody? Who else shared? Gail, did you share? All right, so today's prize winner is going to win this card, or the purple card. You can choose, and you get, you did share. I'll give you another one, Gail. You get one of each of these as well. So if you commented and shared, so if you commented, you get one. If you shared, you get two. So I'll just do another one for Gail. Next week I'll have my bits of paper ready cut up. All right. So you get to choose whether you want the Highland Heather or the Rococo Rose. And you get a card front that I did for a swap. All right. Mix them all up. Digging down. All right. This person is Julie V. So, Julie V, you need to PM me with your address, and I'll send out these two card fronts, and tell me whether you want the Highland Heather or the Rococo Rose. So that's how I'm going to do my prize draws from now on. So you actually have to be here watching and comment. And if you comment, you get one prize draw, and if you share, you get two. And yeah, so we used two wild rose, and you've got tips on how to use distinctive stamps. We had some coffee, had a chat, had a bit of fun. All right, thanks so much for stopping by, everybody. I'll see you again. I might have to change my days. I might have to go to the community centre on a Tuesday, so I might be looking at changing my days. So I'll put a poll up if I can on my business page and see which days suit people better. Mondays and Fridays aren't great because sometimes I have to go to the grandkids for the weekend. But we'll see. All right. So thanks so much for stopping by, everybody. Julie V, don't forget to PM me with your details. And I'll see you again next Tuesday. Same time, same back channel. Bye for now.
Doesn't matter where you go, you find a friend who does just what they love and lets it show.